papa moaesia papa oh jolly papa moaesia ahe jolly papa moaesia papa oh jolly papa moaesia ahe Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachirami Ipayame mara medawasi medopa Tamuno tein tamuno bo Obasi zizio Temeho meka Mi melo anio I say jana ludo I say you're at your for Damn oh mega oh Kali papa moaesia papa oh Jolly papa moaesia ahe Jolly papa moaesia papa oh Jolly papa moaesia ahe
The universe bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader and the sacred unyielding IPOB code of conduct, the third of the DOS is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chikaedozi, you are sacked. Tony Nzurumike, you are sacked. Austin Agbanyim, you are sacked. Chukurio Farma, you are sacked. Isaiah Uba, you are sacked. Collins Chinedu, you are sacked. Gina Zanworu, you are sacked. Fidelis Ejogu, you are sacked. Chidin Manworu, Juliet Edward Filatro, you are sacked. You are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from IPOB. You no longer speak, you no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPOB. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave Umahi paid $500,000, a blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. Thank you, Biafra Vanguard Media, for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of heaven, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. The fourth DOS is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
Of David from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot, millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man, You must come to our rescue, because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me, O Lord. You will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God and you are not upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. The British came, they saw the light in Biafra. In here, they saw it in Arochukwu. And they said that you have no history, as I told you before. And I want everybody to go to Google again, because we are lecturing today, and type in the word Sambation. I want to teach you something this very day that will shock even our enemies. Go to Google and you type in this word, please. Sambation. It's called Sambation. It's called the Sambation River. I give Elohim praise. Sambation River. Go and, as I'm reading it, I want you to be reading it, please. Sambation River. So you'll be shocked. I told you everything I tell you is gospel from heaven. I don't add anything of mine. As I'm giving the message from heaven, I give it to you. 3 people make up the Biafran people. The whole of Biafra. Forget all these other names. The whole of Biafra. The Igbo people. The house of God. And his nephews. Ephraim and Manasseh. Are you listening to me? There are the ancient Ndibo, the ancient people who were there. The first wave of migrants came from Egypt. The second wave came from Samaria. 3 people. One came from Egypt, Sudan, Niger, Yoruba land into Igbo land. First wave, the house of God. The house of Ephraim and Manasseh came through Egypt, came through Djibouti, went through the upper lands of Ethiopia, came into the Afar region of Ethiopia, proceeded through the Central African Republic we know today, into Cameroons, and into Biafra land. The third and the final wave that came. 3 people make up the land of Biafra. 3. And when I say that Biafra'S are Israelites or Hebrew. Not all of it. I've told you this before. So there'll be no confusion. I want you to go and type in Sambatyon. Some spell it S-A-M-B-A-T-I-O-N. S for sugar, A for apple, M for mother, B for Bravo, A for apple, T for tango, I for India, O for Oscar, and N for November. You can find it, Sambatyon. I read it. Oh, dear me. In the earliest literature, where do I begin? What is Sambatyon? It is the mythical river. It is the mythical river. Oh, God in heaven. A river of stone. A river of stone that took Jews to every part of the world. There was a man that wrote many centuries ago. Many centuries ago. Unbelievable. This is shocking. Shocking. I'm telling you. The river Sambatyon flowed beyond the rivers of Abyssinia. Remember when I told you about the Afar region and I told you about Biafra, Biafra'S, and Biafra? This man is saying that the exact place that we located on the map as to have Biafra in it during the migration was where this very river was located. And these are Jewish scholars of note. Josephus, Pliny the Elder. These people we are writing in the ancient days. In ancient days. Even an Arabian writer, his name is Abraham Abulafia. And this same river was mentioned in 2 Kings as well in the Bible. The river that flowed beyond the rivers of Abyssinia. And where is Abyssinia? Is Ethiopia. If you go beyond Ethiopia, it becomes the kingdom of Biafra. It's here. I didn't write it. Everything we tell you is gospel. Everything we tell you is gospel. Absolute gospel. Some people don't understand. They don't reason very well. But here we reason. Go and research it. Sambatyon is an assignment. Go and read it. Then you will understand the miracle that Elohim is doing in our lives. You must understand it. They say you have no history. I don't know that the British discovered something they never wanted anybody to see. They said, your name is now Nigeria. It means gloomy. It means dark. It means evil. Oh, dear me. They said that the most credible account is that given by a Jewish writer and traveler. The most credible. His name is Eldad the Danite. You know, the tribe of Dan. In his letter to the Jews in Spain in the year 883 AD, he said, who are we? And the children of light. The children of light. There's something I want to play for you. There is something that I wish to play for you that the whole world may understand it. To know who we are. To know why we are agitating for Biafra. To tell the so-called misguided, foolish elders that cannot see, that are not learned, to let them understand why we do what we do. They know nothing. That is why we are the way we are. They know nothing. I want to show you something.
There's a possibility.
Listen.
The international community can be brought to bear. The UN.
Listen.
Declaration of Human Rights. All the way through. This is a very...
No. It has gone. It has. Oh my goodness! It has gone. I will try to play it from here. Try to play it.
Mob TV. I want to amplify that we believe that there's a possibility that the international community can be brought to bear. The UN.
Listen.
The Declaration of Human Rights. all the way through. This is a very, very serious matter. There's something that I didn't mention, and I hesitate.
A white man.
I'm not Nigerian, although I think Dr. Lloyd has bestowed upon me the honorary title of Nigeria man. And we had a conversation. It wasn't heated, but he acted like he was going to revoke my Nigeria man credentials.
Listen.
Causing my 13-year-old son, who was in the car with me, to be very distraught. He said, Dad, you have to stay a Nigeria man. But talking about children, when I was a little boy, when I was 7 years old, growing up in the middle of nowhere, Florida, in a swamp, closest town was 30 miles away. The first thing that happened in the world that brought to bear to me that maybe things weren't always right, maybe things weren't always good, wasn't the Vietnam War.
Vietnam War?
I was in the South. It was correct and just, and we were the warriors. It was the Biafra War.
Biafra. Listen.
I remember very distinctly thinking, this just isn't right. This isn't right.
The British,
this is a
you hear it now.
It is a great nation.
It's a great nation. Biafra.
Country. And then later when I learned, something most people don't know, that there is a plausible argument that democracy began in Igbo land.
Igbo land, a white man. Democracy, the world knows today, started in Igbo land. The whole world over. A white man, an American doing his research. I don't know who has this clip, and I want to post it on my page. Democracy started where in Igbo land? Now, do you see the reason why I tell you that we are the oldest people on this earth? And if you don't have the grace of God, you cannot write. You cannot read and write. A white man doing research in America. This is why CNN will not carry our news. If you're wondering why BBC won't carry it, this is it. Because the white man understands what Biafra means. Blacks in Africa don't know. They don't know the purpose of God in their lives. They have no idea. You see, the Yoruba see Biafra as something there to be fought. Let's fight it. They are fighting Biafra out of ignorance. This man did his research and said what our ancestors were able to do 5,000 years ago. Now, today, we cannot do it. The first written constitution in the whole world, Igbo land. The first organized government in the world, Igbo land. There are two people that God controlled from heaven. The Israelites and those that he sent to Biafra land. Only two. The Israelites revolted and said, give us a king so we can be like other nations. And Chukwukabiyama gave them Saul. Do you know the funniest thing? The Igbo race never asked for a king. Instead, they named their children Chibueze, that God is king. That is why if you come out in Biafra land in those days, I say Igbo land as an example because they're the ones maintaining it. And you say to somebody you're a king, they'll tell you to go and be a king to your wife and your children. Now you understand how special we are. Now you understand why I fight for Biafra to be free. And I want my Yoruba brethren to understand, once Biafra is free, you're also very free. You'll be very rich, I assure you. Because it's a blessing from God in heaven, not man. And this is what the British never wanted you to know. They don't want you to know this, never. Because they want us to be saying it. And being a black man from Africa, if you're saying it, people won't believe you. The British saw this. That was why they said we must amalgamate them. They found Nnamdi Azikiwe, and Nnamdi Azikiwe was a willing tool of the devil. And he agreed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted him. He said no. I'll play it again so you hear how special you are. I want you to understand how special. Some of you don't know why we fight for Biafra. This is the reason why. We are the oldest of the oldest, the very ancient people. When I tell you that Igbo language is word that's speaking in heaven, you're doubting me. That is what they speak in heaven. the angels address God Almighty in Igbo language. This is the reason why the oldest civilization on this earth is in Igbo land, the center of the whole world. Let's listen to this man once again. I'm excited about it.
Right.
Listen.
This is a great people.
Great,
this is a great nation.
Great nation.
There was a country.
That was a country.
And then later when I learned something most people don't know.
Most people don't know this.
There is a plausible argument that democracy began in Igbo land.
Democracy.
The very first written constitution on this planet was written by the Igbo people.
The Igbo people wrote the first constitution. But Europeans don't want the world to know. Because they are wondering, if that is the case, why did God put people in Africa? That's so backwards. And I'm saying to them, God sent us to Africa to bring light into Africa. That's our job. In here, Chineke, in our villages, in here, which means light, is in Anambra. It's everywhere you go to. Do you now see who we are? The first written constitution in CBD, the first. I want to listen to this man more, please. Let's listen to him.
The very first democracy that involves self-governance.
Self-governance.
For everybody.
Autonomous community.
Not just the Greek wealthy, but everybody was in Igbo land.
Igbo land.
And the very first democracy that permitted women leaders.
The first, anywhere when America was saying give women a vote, this is our mothers, so we are rulers. They rule the families. When women are talking in our culture, men don't come out. You don't dare come out. Can you say it? Can you hear who we are? When I hear all these fools in Abuja and in Lagos, all these riffraffs talking rubbish, I feel sorry for them. That is why we are harsh with any idiot that calls himself an elder who doesn't know history. What we are fighting for is to protect something that anybody will be envious of. This is who we are. And we started worshiping idol. Somebody will go to the farm and cut a wood. Or Pierre will say, you got an idol, rubbish. You bow down before an idol. And God took away all the blessing he gave us. Said, go and worship idol, and that's what you want. That's why we're in a mess. God gave us 700 years to come out of it. We continued in idol worship. And he sent the British. The Arabs came. He said, no, I don't want you to do it. He sent the British instead. Go and conquer them. And as you're conquering them, you're going with the Bible. The Old Testament and the New Testament. If they are smart, God said, if they are smart, they will go to Old Testament and see who they are. And that was what we did. Oh my goodness. Let's listen.
Was in Igbo land.
Igbo land.
The West, Europe, we were still in the Dark Ages.
Europe was nothing. You see all these white men building aeroplane and going to the moon, they were nothing. When Biafra land was bubbling, when the kingdom of Biafra was at its peak with God Almighty in heaven as the king, Europe was nowhere. They were in the Stone Ages. They were nothing. Oh dear me.
And yet the Igbo had figured out a way to have a just and meaningful government and a just and meaningful society and due process and fairness. And to this day, you see a great...
Listen, due process and fairness. These things are weaved into our idioms we have, our proverbs. This is a white man teaching you who you are. Fairness. Which is the foundation of our constitution. Fairness. I want the world to hear this. Biafra means fairness. You can never cheat anybody and get away with it. Never. In Biafra land. Oh God in heaven. Some idiots come up and they say they're elders. They know nothing. They are promoting one Nigeria, bringing the curse of God upon them and on their children. They know nothing. God said you cannot go into Nigeria, you're not a Nigerian. I asked the British to come to show you who you are, that you may return to me, that I may reestablish my kingdom. Before I researched and I found it, I used to tell you that Biafra is the kingdom of heaven on this earth. I told you that before. Before I did research and I discovered it. And I've shown it to you. It's on my page. Go to scroll down, you will see it. Kingdom of Biafra is there written. Which means that the name couldn't have come from anywhere else. Apart from the people that they gave it to. The white man is not telling you who you are. The first organized system of government in the whole world. With fairness. Weaved into it. Fairness. Fairness. That's who we are.
Allow us to go in peace, or you are going to remain pieces and Biafra will still go. I come that Nigeria will end. I come that there will end the Usman Danfodio legacy. That legacy that every time they will be talking about Usman Danfodio, you will think that Usman Danfodio manufactured the aeroplane. You would think that Usman Danfodio manufactured a car, or he invented one Ihela machine or something like that. No. Usman Danfodio have a legacy for killing northern Nigeria, for killing Hausas, conquering them, and turn them into what you see today outside Fulani. That is the legacy that Usman Danfodio brought to northern Nigeria. And today, they have Usman Danfodio University. That is what they continue that particular legacy. That is the reason why the Fulanis are killing innocent Christians in the northern Nigeria and the middle belt. It is to continue the Usman Danfodio legacy, and I am here to end it. I will end it. The end of Usman Danfodio legacy will start from this year. I am telling you, go and mark it. It will start from December 2nd. Once we exit Nigeria, that legacy is gone, completely gone, because they will not have any other place to conquer. Is it us that you are going to cross our border to come and start saying you want to conquer Biafra? We did not conquer us when we were in Nigeria. It's not going to be possible.
Say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
thank you for joining us on this morning program. I welcome every one of you that has connected to this platform wherever you are connecting from. Like and share the program on your platform, share to family and friends, share to those that are close to you. Don't keep this message to yourself. Make sure you invite someone to join this program so that they can be able to learn something and also exchange their own views with us. In this platform, what we do is to create a platform where people can be able to express themselves without any attack. In this platform, you must not agree with everything we say, and we must not agree with all that you have to say. You are entitled to your opinion. I am entitled to mine. The only thing we do in this platform is to open up a discussion and allow people to share their views. Whatever view you have, you are entitled to it. And in this platform, I'm not here to force you to believe what I'm saying or to cajole you into believing one thing or the other. But what I'm here to do is to broaden arguments, to allow you to see things from other angles, from other perspectives before you judge, so that you can be able to take responsibility of your actions whenever you take one. You don't have to blame anybody for your actions. You don't have to blame anybody for what happens to you. It is time for us to begin to take responsibility. Defend what you believe and make a choice on what you want by your own self, not because someone said something or someone did something. And that is why in this platform we open up the ground for people to air their opinion. We don't come here to attack people, to insult people, to cajole people. No. This is not a platform to instigate violence or hate against anybody. We don't fight against any tribe or religion or race. All we do is to present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. We present Biafra in a very good light. And we tell people what Biafra is and what we believe to be Biafra. And we also allow people, those that have critical arguments, to come up with that critical argument, present it, and let us deal with it once and for all. If you feel you have a superior argument, this platform is for you. Bring up your superior argument and let the world be the judge. Let the Biafran people be the judge. My fellow Biafrans, we have come once again, as we always do today, to speak to your consciousness, to speak to your conscience, so that you can be able to take the right decision at this point in time. This is a very interesting time, a very critical time at that, very interesting time. I say it over and over again. It's a very interesting time and a critical one at that. That is why even in the midst of all the attack and challenges, we continue to come. It is not easy to be a broadcaster of Biafra at this point in time. It is not easy to engage in Biafra programs at this point in time. There are so many challenges coming from the inside and from the outside. Attacks coming from inside and outside, coming from including the people who you could call your own brothers. The people you are defending and speaking on their behalf. The attack is overwhelming. So it is a very critical time that if you find anybody that can still stand and talk about Biafra sincerely, you applaud them and support them. In any platform where you go, and the message of Biafra is preached sincerely, support it and promote it. And don't tell me you don't know a sincere message when you see one. Of course, you will know a sincere message when you see one. You know a true message when you see one. A message that embraces everyone, every Biafran, even non-Biafrans. A message that represents humanity, love. A message that promotes unity of purpose. Share it and make it go viral. and as you join us on this platform, whether you are watching us on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, or on X, like and share this program, make it go viral. I welcome my brothers who are joining me on the program, wherever you are joining from. I see a lot of you who have joined. I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of the program. I can see my brother Sunday Gabriel. Thank you so much for joining, my beloved brother Sunday Gabriel. I see my brother Uche Onyenli. Thank you so much for joining, my brother Uche Onyenli. You're always there. Thank you so much for being part of the program. I can see my beloved brother Gerard Vike. Thank you so much for being there, Gerard Vike. And so many other people that are watching in other platforms. You are all special guests, whether I mention your name or not. I recognize you, I respect you, and I appreciate you for being part of this program. Please like the program, share the program. That is how we can be able to reach those that need to be reached. The platform we are using is not friendly to us. There is a lot of attack on our platform, a lot of report on our platform. So if you do not like and show love in the platform, it will be difficult for us to reach enough people. But when you help us to like the program and you share it, it will show the algorithm that you are willing to, where more people are going to be watching the program. That is how we can overcome the attack that is coming against us on this platform. Reports that are coming from all angles, including from our fellow Biafra'S. They keep on reporting our platform, keep on reporting our program and attacking us, and they make the broadcast difficult for us. But we are not going to stop. So those of you who are genuinely coming here to listen to the message, air your own opinion, add your own advice and idea, you are highly welcome. Help us to like the program, share it on your platform, share to family and friends, share to everyone that's close to you, so that we can overcome the battle ahead of us. My wonderful people of Biafra, a lot of things are happening at this point in time. It's an interesting time. It is a time of revelation. It is very important for us to be careful what we say and what we do at any point in time. When you look at what is happening on the media today, when you see what is happening in the media today, you will know that anyone that is in this struggle needs to be very careful. Be careful what you say, be careful what you share, and be careful what you believe. With all the revelation that is coming today, you can understand that many people have believed falsehood for a very long time. Some people might make you to attack your own brother for a reason that does not exist, for a lie. So many of us have spoken evil against our brothers and sisters because of a propaganda or a lie that is being fed to us, and we don't care to find out if it is true or not. In this struggle, we have gone to a time that you must be very, very careful what you believe, what you share, and the propaganda that you pay attention to. That is why in my platform, I do not dedicate my platform to saga or attacking anybody. Most time when I respond to certain issues, it is when people come to confront me one-on-one. When people push me to the wall, then I respond and continue on my message. I don't call people's name. So many things that you think are right are very, very wrong. All that glitters are not gold. There are so many lies that look like the truth. Sometimes propaganda flies very fast, looks very sweet, more than the truth. Sometimes propagandas look very, very open and very loud. It goes very loud and even viral, more than the truth. And if you're not careful, you'll be dishing out lies. You'll be promoting lies ignorantly. That is why you must be very careful. The message you share, the message you listen to, and the message you preach, you must be very careful. If something is not clear to you, don't talk about it. If you do not have enough information, don't speak about it. Let it not just be about social media. We know that this is a time of social media where people focus on the interest and gain they make from the social media, and for that they look for influence, and they can do anything to go viral. They can believe anything. They just follow the rhythm. But in this Biafran cause, it is very important that you don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the crowd. Don't just say a thing because others are saying it. Don't believe a thing because others believe it. Try as much as you can to make your verifications in all things you hear before you promote. Before you promote. Today we are seeing so many things that are coming out on the media to prove that all this while, so many things people have been saying are lies. Even when we come online and we tell people that these are lies, they don't believe it. But today, revelations are coming. You see how they push propaganda against Mazi Ekpa. The same people Mazi Ekpa was fighting for pushed propaganda against him. Led by the sacked DOX, the ex-DOX, sponsored a massive propaganda against Mazi Ekpa. Working hand in hand with Nigerian government, they blackmailed him. They even joined the government to create a false flag against Mazi Ekpa. And today, you see confessions are coming. The same way they demonized the Liberation Army, they blackmailed the Liberation Army by creating false flags using their name. Today, we are seeing confession coming. They called Gentile different kinds of names. They called Butuzo different kinds of names. And Makeup was blackmailed. Many of the commanders of the Liberation Army were blackmailed and called different kinds of names on something they know nothing about. Just to give the dog a black name to kill it. And so many of us ignorantly believe these informations when they were being dished out. So many of us help to promote this blackmail and propaganda against ourselves. We help to promote it. It is sad. And today, look at the revelation that is coming right left and center. Apologies for those that have conscience are coming. For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and every other person that have been offended. Maybe I apologize. How long would we continue to apologize? Why wouldn't you take your time to mind what you say, what you preach, and what you support? Even as we speak today, so many people are doing the same mistake. You attack your brother simply because your opinion and his opinion are not the same. Simply because a suggestion was made that does not align with you. If it doesn't align with you, you have the right to oppose it. But that does not make you a saboteur. But today, once somebody have a different opinion from your own opinion, you call the person a saboteur. You gang up and you galvanize people, you arrange people to attack an innocent person. And they will tarnish the image of the person, tarnish the personality online and offline. Most times they go to personal life and they attack their personal lives. We have seen this happen over and over and over again. And yet some of us cannot learn lessons. Look at what is happening today against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB, the man that is serving a jail term for you, for me. A man who is facing life sentence, who is at the risk of facing death sentence today. And yet, some people still have the mind to on a camera and continue to condemn him, continue to attack him. Not with facts, with lies and propaganda, to demonize him. What other height of evil can be greater than that? Every one of us, Biafra'S, must be very careful what we do. We must be very careful what we support. We must be very careful what we promote. This is a very critical time. Remember, the evil that men do live with them. Whatever seed you sow today, you are going to reap. Some people today have the opportunity to apologize. On your own time, you might not have that opportunity to apologize. When your own time will come, you might not have that opportunity to apologize. That is why you must be very careful what you do. You must be very careful what you say. You must be very careful what you support and promote. Wherever you are joining us on this platform, I want you to understand that we have a responsibility in the cause of Biafra. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide us and teach us the path that we shall go. Today we have come once again, as we always do on our program. And today we are going to talk mostly about the importance of consistency, leadership, human rights, and the rule of law in Biafra's self-determination debate. This is what we are going to talk about today. Wherever you are watching from, across the world, I welcome you and I thank you for being part of this program. Please exercise patience. For the few time we are going to be here, exercise patience. Like the program, share it and engage on the comment section. If you have a contrary opinion or you disagree with whatever thing I have to say, please feel free to join me on the platform and again, bring your superior argument. I'm open to learn. I'm not here just to teach. I am here to learn. And I will be very glad to engage with a superior argument. It helps every one of us to grow and know better. Wherever you are watching from, I sincerely welcome you to today's live stream. And if this is your first time joining us, you are most welcome. Please remember to subscribe, like the stream again, share it with your friends, family, and participate respectfully in the comment section. Your opinion matters. And every meaningful discussion begins with listening as well as speaking. You don't just listen. Listening as well as speaking. So feel free. This is the platform for the people. You must not be a Biafran to be here. Even if you are non-Biafran or you are from other part of the world and you feel you have something to share with us, all you need to do is to ask for the link and I'll send you a link. You join us and we hear you out. Today's discussion is an important one. We are looking at the role that leadership, consistency, commitment, and loyalty plays in long-running social and political movements, like the IPOB in the struggle of Biafra. We will also discuss the continuity and the continuing legal cases involving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister, Mazi Ekpa, particularly through the lens of human rights, due process, and the rule of law. We will continue to discuss about this their legal issue because our Prime Minister is coming to court in less than 1 month. By the 5th of August, he will be in court. And our Supreme Leader also is preparing for his appeal. So with these appeals coming forward, we need to talk more about the legal issues and also remind the world about the need to respect their rights. In the previous cases, so far, we know that their right has not been respected. The right of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not been respected. In fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has the worst case you can ever think about on planet Earth. In the case of Mazi Ekpa, his right is not also respected. You can imagine in Europe, in a country like Finland that people respect so much when it comes to human rights. But they went ahead to abuse the rights of our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi. And some people ask how. When you refuse to look at the evidence provided against the accuser, what does that mean? Without any excuse, without any proper excuse, no sensible excuse, you refuse to admit evidence against the accuser. What does that tell? That shows that the case has been rigged even before it started. This discussion is intended to encourage thoughtful conversation. It is not about promoting hatred or hostility towards any individual or group. Rather, it is about examining important issues that continue to attract attention both within Nigeria and internationally. It is our duty to continue to bring these matters on the front line. We will never allow them to sweep it under the carpet. No matter how they try, we will not allow them. History teaches us that movement, whether political, social, or civil rights movement, often become closely associated with particular leaders. Around the world, people can readily identify figures who came to symbolize causes larger than themselves. Those leaders become recognized because many supporters saw in them consistency, commitments, resilience, or a willingness to continue advocating despite significant challenges. Just like as we see in the life of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi. Many of us, supporters of the Biafra'S self-determination movement, we view our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in this way, as the face of struggle, a symbolic figure, the face of the struggle. That is how we see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Others may hold different opinion, and in any democratic society, those differences of opinion should be respected. For those who disagree with us, who feel that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not worthy to be the face of the struggle, or who think otherwise, it is their opinion. They are entitled to it. But that will not change the truth. The important point is that leadership often becomes a focal point for supporters of any movement. While critics may evaluate that same leadership differently, they can continue to think anything they like to think. They can deceive those they want to deceive. But you and I know that the leadership of the Biafran restoration movement matters a lot. More especially the Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot take him from the picture. Once you remove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the picture, the struggle is dead and buried. Take it to the bank. You can have your opinion, you can disagree with me. But until then, you're going to learn it the hard way. And that is why Biafrans continue to rally around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see those who try to tarnish his image, who try to demonize him, they try to trash him, and they engage in different kinds of propaganda and blackmail against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Have they succeeded? Of course, the more they try, the more they fail. Just recently, when they have tried and they see that attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is like pouring water on a stone, what did they do? They came back and they said that every of their media should stop attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But have they stopped? They are still attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And whether they attack him or not, it doesn't change who he is. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's personality was built on integrity. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's personality was built on integrity, and there's nothing you can do to tarnish it. Even our supreme, as our prime minister Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you were not able to tarnish his image. You pushed all your propaganda using Nigerian media, describing Mazi Simon Ekpa as a different guy, calling him a terrorist, calling him different kinds of names. The exact thing you are doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was what you did against Mazi Simon Ekpa. But in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the entire Nigeria was involved. The military was involved. The media was involved. Even they put bounty on him. The SACS DOS were involved. You can imagine people that claim to be fighting for freedom go all the way to Finland to testify against an innocent man whose only crime was that you cannot remove the image of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the picture. That was the crime of Mazi Simon Ekpa. The only crime Mazi Simon committed against the DOS was that you cannot remove the structure of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has made a template. You can't remove it. They tried to remove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Radio Biafra. Mazi Simon Ekpa blew the trumpet and Biafra'S got angry. They tried to remove the Heroes Day. Biafra'S responded and said no. They tried on so many ways to disobey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and trash him. And Mazi Simon Ekpa continued to present Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the face of the struggle. Throughout the reign of Mazi Simon Ekpa taking charge, he has always put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu forward as the leader and the face of the struggle. He never one day challenged, compete with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in position. No. He addresses himself as a disciple. He addressed himself as disciple. He never contested with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for position. But what do we see today? Today, some people came out and said they have sacked. I don't know I don't know why, how it tastes in their mouth. I don't know how it sounded to their ears when they ganged up together and cooked up that statement that you have suspended the supreme leader of IPOB, the face of the struggle. What you are literally telling us is that you have suspended the Biafra restoration. You were literally telling us that you have suspended Biafra restoration, and you think you say that and you get away with it. Suspending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is facing a death sentence for your freedom, who is in the face of, in front line fighting the battle, suspending him is the greatest crime anyone can commit in this journey of Biafra's restoration. It's unforgivable crime. It's unforgivable because it is filled with hatred and wickedness. Hatred and wickedness. A man facing a life sentence and the risk of a death sentence, and all you could do is to suspend him from the same organization, from the same thing he's fighting and dying for. Only a Janjaweed can do that. Only an arch enemy of Biafra can do that. That is why the sin of this exact DOS will never be forgiven. They will never be forgiven. They will never be forgiven. Their wickedness is smelly. Any man that will have the mind, you can imagine a man that is serving life sentence. He is facing a life sentence. It does not matter whatever you think about him, even if he has embezzled money, even if he has done wrong. For the fact that he is facing a life sentence on that same organization, based on that same thing, organization that he represented, that is enough to touch your heart. That is enough to soften your heart. That is enough to say, I will do everything humanly possible. Let him come out first of all, then before we can talk about anything. That is what a human being that has conscience will do. You will say, let us fight and bring him out first of all to face us, and we'll tell him what he has done wrong. But for you to have the audacity to say that you sack him from a journey that he is already on it, that is in the front line, knowing fully well that no place on the planet Earth today where Biafra discussion will be made without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the picture. And you went and made such statements. And you think that Biafrans will not read meaning into it. You think Biafrans are fools, we are dumb. What you literally said is that you suspend the freedom of the Biafran people. Suspending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu means you suspend the freedom of Biafran people. And that was what you were paid to do. That is what Nigerian government paid you to do. Today we are seeing more revelations. We are seeing audios. We are seeing videos that are coming out. How you were liaising with the arch enemies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can imagine using the money of Biafrans to pay somebody like Chukwu Kofegu. Using the money of Biafrans to pay Udele. Devil incarnate. The devil, you use the money of Biafra to pay Udele. You use the money of Biafra to pay arch enemies of us, the people that want us dead, the people that have taken the life of our people. You don't have conscience. You do not have conscience. And likewise, the idiots that are following you. The idiots. I don't care the amount of money you are given. I don't care what they do for you. And you still have the conscience and audacity to listen to these people. Only Chukwu Okike will give you the punishment you deserve. And that punishment is going to come in a short while. You will never escape the punishment. As many of you as are joining them to attack the supreme leader and our prime minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. For those who have turned around, they realize their mistake on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and apologize. Apology accepted. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out and see your apologies. It is better late than never. But for those of them who are still standing today, instead of withdrawing from their wickedness, they have extended their wickedness to the highest level. You will never go unpunished. One characteristic that people are frequently associated with effective leadership is consistency. One characteristic that people frequently associate with effective leadership is consistency. And we have seen that in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We saw that in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. More especially, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for decades has remained consistent. Very, very consistent. Even in the face of death, he has remained consistent. Unmoved. And yet, you have the gut to stand against him. Consistency does not necessarily mean never changing one's views. Rather, it means remaining committed to the clearly stated principle while responding thoughtfully to changing circumstances. That is what is called consistency. Because some of you, when we talk about consistency, you misinterpret it. The mischievous ones will look at it in a different way. So, consistency does not necessarily mean never changing one's view. Rather, it means remaining committed. You can change certain views, you can change views, you can change views, you can change approach. But generally, remaining committed. Remaining committed to clearly stated principle. Clearly stated principle. while responding thoughtfully to changing circumstances. And we have seen that in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We saw that in Mazi Simon Ekpa. You see some of them, they will come and tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them that Biafra will come, he didn't come. Oh, Mazi Simon Ekpa said Biafra will come, he didn't come. These are a bunch of idiots. They forgot that whenever you are embarking on a project, there will be a time frame. When you are embarking on a project, there will be a time frame. I see some of them using. They say, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them Biafra will come in 1930. He never came. Oh, Mazi Simon Ekpa told Biafra will come in 2023. It didn't come. Bunch of idiots. Whenever you are serious and committed to a project, there has to be a time frame. Before the British were able to move out of EU, they made the move several times and they could not put their deadline. They extended it twice or thrice before they made the deadline. So if in Biafra struggle we put a deadline for our freedom and it doesn't happen, we extend it and we continue to move. The most important thing is remaining committed. Remaining committed. Clearly stated principle. What is our clearly stated principle? Self-determination for better, for worse. Consistency. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said is the key. He didn't only say it, he showed it with his attitude. Mazi Simon Ekpa came and he showed consistency with his attitude and behavior. And that is the key to everything you can think about. To everything you can do, everything you say. Consistency remains the key. Whether in business, community organizing, human rights, advocacy, or politics, people generally place greater trust in leaders whose action remain aligned with their stated goals over time. People will always stay around leaders whose actions remain aligned with their stated goals over time. That is why the Biafra'S can never walk away from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It does not matter what you call him. It doesn't matter how you present him. It doesn't matter who you think he is. The Biafra'S, we are solidly behind him because we are convinced. We have seen him work. Not only by speech, in action, we have seen him. Likewise, Mazi Simon Ekpa, those of us that are following Mazi Simon Ekpa, bomba to bomba. He's a fearless man. Every single thing he says he will do, he did. Remember when he said that we are going to make the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu expensive to the Zoological Republic, and we are going to make it useless. Mazi Simon Ekpa did that to Z. He did that from A to Z. We rendered the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu useless in their hand. And Nigeria paid dearly. They lost billions and continue to lose it tomorrow. Today, their image is in the dustbin. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have rendered the Zoological Republic useless. It is only a wicked and senseless person that will look at that case and say, call Nigeria a nation. There is no responsible human being or country that will look at how they are handling the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and say refer to them as a nation. Another quality that we see in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is commitment. We also saw that quality in Mazi Simon Ekpa. Commitment. Commitment. And commitment is often tested during difficult periods. In a difficult time, that is when you know if somebody is committed to a cause or not. Like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, even when they are threatening him with a death sentence, he is still committed to the cause of Biafra. He never wavered. Wazirike was threatened and he couldn't stand it. He took bribe and they left him to go. Wazirike was threatened, not even with death sentence, with imprisonment. They cajoled him and made his people desert him, and he hands off. Commitment. Mazi Simon Ekpa, even in detention in Finland today, he is still committed to the cause. In all the messages he has been sending from detention, all he tells us is to unite, remain there, don't move an inch. He is still committed to the cause of the struggle. Even when he has lost anything, everything that he has acquired, he is still committed to the cause. Commitment is a quality you can see in a leader, and you will know that these are the people you need to stand behind them. These are people that deserve accolade. Commitment. Commitment is often tested during difficult period, like the time that we are. This is a very difficult period for the restoration of Biafra. A very difficult period. Many of us today are no longer broadcasting the way we do before. Many of us are not even speaking about Biafra anymore. Many of us have just decided to hands off and walk away. And whatever will be, let it be. Many of us, I'm not blaming them, but there are, because of the temptations, the obstacles, because of things that you see, it takes extraordinary strength for one to continue in this cause. Sometimes when you come, the experience you get from your fellow Biafrans, the way they treat you, the way you see Biafrans treat each other, the way they speak about each other, the way they attack each other, the way they push propaganda, blackmail each other, sometimes it is disgusting and discouraging. It takes commitment to continue in this journey. I know the battle I face every day on my platform. A platform that have been here for decades, still facing challenges to survive. I know the attack. They have tried to hack my platform. They hacked it before I recover it back. After I recover it, now they are reporting it and making sure that their platform goes down. And this report is not coming from outside. It is coming from the same people that claim to be fighting for Biafra. They want to bring my platform down by all means necessary. The same people that say they are looking for freedom. So when you see these things happening, it takes commitment for you to remain in the path. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even when he is facing a danger in his life, people are still there attacking him. The same person that is there for you. Look at Mazi Simon Ekpa. The same person that is putting his life on the line to save you. You are attacking him. It takes extraordinary commitment to be in this very struggle till now. It is easy to remain committed when circumstances are favorable. When circumstances are favorable, it is very easy to remain committed. But the time you can test commitment is a difficult time. It's a difficult time. Today you see many people who jump out today to come and talk. I mean, some of them is just because of the gain they are making in media online. Some is just because of gain they are making online. Some of them are being paid, some are not paid, some are just looking for influence, some are hoping to get one gain or the other. Because of one favor or the other, they're talking. But there are people who have been here for decades, who have lost friends, lost constance, lost their image, and they are still there. They are going nowhere. You can imagine our liberation army that are in the bush now for how many years, and there's no date of coming out. You can imagine such kind of commitment. Many of them have lost members of their families, and they are still in the cause. Even as they have committed their entire life to the cause, lost their family. Still yet, the same people they are protecting is fighting them. The same people they are protecting are blackmailing them. And they are still in the cause. That is commitment. Not when it favors you. Commitment when the situation is not favorable. That is commitment. And when you see such people, respect them. I don't care the group they belong. I don't care the title they hold. That is why I don't spend my time attacking somebody unnecessarily. I focus on the unity of purpose. As long as you are focused on that purpose, we must not agree in all things. I have the right to disagree with you on certain areas. You equally have the right to disagree with me in certain areas. But that disagreement should not lead to chaos. It should not lead to personal attack. No. Because disagreement is natural. It will always be there. The greater test of commitments comes when there are setbacks. The greater test of commitments comes when there are setbacks, legal challenges, like you see in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Public criticism, you see it today in our leaders. Or uncertainty, and yet the person remains committed. The person stands where he or she stands and not shaking. That is what is called commitment. History contains many examples of movements that endured because supporters believed in remaining committed to their objective despite adversities. Biafran people have shown commitment. That is why, even in the face of the deaths we are seeing, in the face of the proscription of IPOB, in the face of unleashing the terrorists against us, yet we continue to ask for our freedom. We continue to speak for self-determination. We continue to speak loud, even when they decide to take out our supreme leader from us with their propaganda and blackmail. We still remain committed and we continue to move on. We will never ever back down. And wherever you are as a Biafran, you have the duty to remain committed as we have always been. We have come a long way, and this is not the time to back down. We will never back down. Loyalty is another concept that deserves careful consideration. Loyalty. Now we come to those of us who are members in this Biafran struggle. Whether any group you belong, any title you give yourself, I have said it several times. Freedom of association is one of the things that is promoted in Biafra. So you are entitled to join any mushroom group that makes you feel better. Any mushroom group that makes you feel strong, you're free to join them. You are free to join them. I don't have anything against you joining any group you want to join. I do not have anything against you. You have the right to join any group if that makes you feel better. But while you're joining, there is one thing that has to be at the back of your mind: unity of purpose. Let the purpose for which you are gathering in that your mushroom group be for the restoration of Biafra. There is something everybody can offer. There are those who are very good in diplomacy. Focus on your diplomacy. Those who are very good on defense. Focus on your defense. Those who are very good on evangelism. Focus on your evangelism. Those who are very good on uniting the people, continue to unite the people. That is division of labor. Every one of us must not be in one group. And we must not have the same opinion. Disagreement is normal. In our families, we disagree. Parents disagree with their children. Brothers and sisters disagree. Husband and wife disagree. But let that disagreement not be for the destruction of each other, as we are seeing today. So, loyalty is another concept that deserves careful consideration. Healthy loyalty should always be balanced with critical thinking. Did you hear that? Loyalty. If loyalty must be healthy, it must be balanced with critical thinking. You don't say you want to be loyal, so whatever the person throw at you, you take it. No. So when we are talking about loyalty, it goes with critical thinking. It should be balanced. While you are loyal, always applying critical thinking. Don't just be a sheepish follower. Like I always say in this platform. There are people that get angry when I say don't be a sheepish follower. I didn't even call any name, but because they know that they are sheepish followers, once they hear it from my mouth, they get angry. I always say it on my platform. Even me that is speaking, don't just believe everything I say without making critical thinking and investigating and asking questions. But some people, when I say do not be a sheepish follower, they get angry. And they think loyalty is blind followership. No. Healthy loyalty should always be balanced with critical thinking. Supporting a cause does not require abandoning independent judgment. Supporting a cause does not require abandoning independent judgment. As a human being that has brain, as a human being created of Chukwuka, you are supposed to always have your independent judgment, even as you are supporting a cause. At the same time, movements often rely on members who remain dedicated during difficult periods. Strong organizations like the IPOB that we see today usually encourage both commitments and constructive discussion. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has always promoted. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has always supported. He has always encouraged both commitment and constructive discussions. But there are some people today that don't want discussion. They don't want you to ask questions. They just want you to follow. Sheepishly. They don't even want you to use your common sense. They don't want you to have an independent judgment. But I bet you, healthy loyalty always is balanced with critical thinking. So don't say because I'm talking about loyalty, you should be stupidly loyal. No. No. And the question many observers ask is this: can a movement maintain unity while also encouraging open dialogue and respectful disagreements? This is a question. A question that is seeking for an answer. And every one of us in this platform, wherever you're watching, whether on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, or on X, I want you to join in answering this question. Can a movement maintain unity while also encouraging open dialogue and respectful disagreement? What is your answer? Turning to the legal cases involving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is important to distinguish between legal allegations, ongoing judicial proceedings, and established facts. Very, very important. You know, we are in the days of social media. Some people, some content creators, they wake up and they announce something and they run with it. I have seen many. There was one that was raining some time ago. They brought in their share and they say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is leaving Sokoto. He's going to be taking everything from Sokoto. Now he have taken. People come and create things that doesn't add up. Simply because they want to seek for attention. They come and tell you, oh, this and this visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu just to create attention. In the case of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Samuel, we must be very careful the kind of information we share. We must be very watchful what we say and what we hear. We must filter information before we share. So many people are cashing on them. They know how we love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they know that our ears are open to hear information. Likewise, Mazi Samuel. You will see some people sit in their room and they create something that doesn't exist. As we know today, our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be coming to court on the 5th of August for his appeal. And that appeal is going to last until 21st. And before the appeal, the Biafran people are holding protests on the 4th of August. Mazi Nnamdi personally requested that the Biafra'S show forth in Finland in solidarity with him. He also personally requested for the international lawyer that was presented, and the international lawyer has met with him one-on-one and they talked. But today, when you talk about this international lawyer, some people are still kicking against it. They speak against the international lawyer. A lawyer that have met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was pleased with him and asked Biafran to support this lawyer to make sure he carried his job. The international lawyer, the major work he's going to do there is to make sure that the right of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is protected and defended. Because there was a lot of human rights abuse on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Most especially, the act of not allowing his evidence to be presented to the prosecutor. The rejection of the evidence in the hand of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the prosecutor is a human rights abuse, a very strong one at that. And you cannot fight that with Finnish lawyer. You cannot fight that with a government lawyer. You have to fight that with your independent lawyer, international lawyer from outside. And this lawyer has met with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the assignment has been given to him. He is relating with the Foreign Affairs Minister of Finland, United Nations, EU, and the United States to make sure that they put word and satellites upon the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are not asking for pity. All we are asking is that the rule of law should be respected. Because we are confident that our Prime Minister is innocent. We are confident. It is clear he's an innocent person. With what is happening in Nigeria today, with all the testimony that is coming today and the confession that is coming, what is going to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back? They try to hold him with tax. Tax this and tax that. If it is tax, then we know how to deal with it. But for anybody to bring terrorism, trying to tax self-determination as terrorism, that is unacceptable. And we will not allow that to fly. Likewise, in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, sentencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with a repeat law. After freeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they took him back to court again and revised the law against their own law. And they want us to be silent. We will not be silent. So we will speak about it. Now you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as he has put in an appeal, the Nigerian government had 30 days to respond. They had 30 days to respond, but now it is more than 30 days and they have not responded. All these are plans to delay and to derail the appeal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The appeal has been filed. And the number of days that the government need to have to respond, it has elapsed, and up to today they have not. And the world is watching. Legal process exists so that allegation can be examined through evidence. So why wouldn't you admit the evidence provided by Mazi Ekpa? You see, when we talk about the abuse of the rights of our leaders, it is so evident. Legal process exists so that allegation can be examined through evidence. So why did they refuse to admit the evidence that Mazi Ekpa has against the Nigerian government? True legal arguments and independent judicial decision making. The outcome of those proceedings should ultimately be determined through the courts rather than public opinion alone. But you see, in Nigeria, they destroy you with public opinion. They use their media to create public opinion to destroy you. That is what Nigeria does. Look at what they did to Tizani. Look at what they did to Tizani, an innocent woman. They use media to tag her a fraudster. Today, even a child in Nigeria, once you mention Tizani, the only thing that comes to the mind of that child is fraud. This is how far they have damaged her reputation. Look at the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Look at the case of the Igbos in Nigeria. They use their media to destroy human being and their reputation. Look at Mazi Ekpa. They use their propaganda and their media to tarnish his image, call him different kind of thing, and paint him, creates public opinion. Many people today that hate Mazi Ekpa doesn't know why they hate him. People who doesn't even know what he was doing, who were not even sure of whether he committed what they said he committed, but they align with the public opinion created by Nigerian government. Is that the way justice is practiced? No. Legal process exists through legal means. Legal processes exist so that allegation can be examined. Allegation can be examined through evidence, legal argument, independent judicial decision making. But in the case of the zoo, they use their media to create public opinion to tarnish the image of the innocent. And many have lost their life in that process. And this brings us to an issue that extends far beyond individual case, the importance of the rule of law. The importance of the rule of law. Sometimes we think that the rule of law is only disobeyed in Nigeria, even across the world, across border. In the Western world, the rule of law is not respected in most cases. There are still sacred cows here and there. The only thing is that the rate at which the rule of law is being trampled upon in Nigeria is much more greater than any other place in the world. The rule of law means that legal standard should apply fairly and consistently. That is what we're asking for. The rule of law. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and in the case of Mazi Ekpa, we are asking for the rule of law. It means legal standards should be applied fairly and consistently. It includes the protection of due process, access to legal representation, and the opportunity for cases to be heard by competent court These principles are widely recognized as fundamental to justice. What we are seeing today in Nigeria against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what do you call it? It is nothing short than injustice. The only way to describe what is happening in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is injustice in the Zoological Republic. And we talk about the human rights. Human rights are equally important. You can't talk about justice without human rights. International human rights standard emphasize dignity, fair legal procedure, freedom from arbitrary treatment, and respect for fundamental liberties. We saw these things were not respected in the cases of our leader. We saw Mazi Nnamdi detained for a long time, even before the case charges were brought against him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped an extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. And the whole world is watching at this, looking at this abuse of rights, and they say nothing. And you ask me, are we living in a just world? Are we living in a just world? These principles are intended to protect everyone. Human rights principle is intended to protect everyone, regardless of political belief or affiliation. Human rights is for all. It is a right, not a privilege. It is a right. And that right is for all, regardless your belief or affiliation. Many civil society organizations around the world regularly call for government to uphold this standard in all legal proceedings. Is it being upheld in the case of our leaders? The answer is no. Likewise, government often emphasize their responsibility to maintain public order and enforce the law. In democratic societies, these objectives are ideally pursued together, protecting public safety while respecting fundamental rights. These are what the Zoological Republic government knows about, and yet they disobey. This balance is not unique to Nigeria. Countries across the world continue to debate how best to uphold security, justice, and civil liberty at the same time. For all the viewers across the world that are following developments relating to our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is very important to stay informed through reliable source. It is important to stay informed through reliable source because there are a lot of false information that are flying on the air. Just like when we talked about public opinion, using public opinion against people. The government of Nigeria is always creating narrative. They will manufacture a narrative and they push it out there, and people just like when they told you that Mazi Nnamdi said that he's a content creator, something that never existed. They push out a word, and their media will blow these words out as if it's true. A lie from the pit of hell. That Mazi Nnamdi said he's a content creator. How? They also said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu denied IPOB when he was brought to the court in the first time. And when they dish out these lies, if you are not careful, you'll be carried away with the lies. It is important to stay informed through reliable source Distinguish verified facts from rumors. We must be very careful. Distinguish verified facts from rumors and avoid spreading misinformation. Public debate is strongest when it is grounded in evidence rather than speculation. So many are just speculating, not knowing what they are doing, without evidence. Just like the ones accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They accuse him of buying a house in Kenya, accuse him of marrying a wife, accuse him of this and that. And these are people that claim to be reasonable and responsible without any single evidence. They will on their camera and speak and talk trash from morning till night. No single evidence, just speculations. And now I understand why some of them have the confidence to be saying what they're saying. Is because the information was coming from somebody that was close to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody who was supposed to be the person to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the ex-wife, was the one pumping. And when she dished out these lies, people believe it and they confidently come online and begin to speak about it. We have seen a lot in this Biafra struggle. That is why when you hear a thing, don't just issue a statement. Go back and think again. Withdraw yourself and think and reason again and again. Another important aspect of today's discussion is international attention. International attention. We have been shouting about this, talking about it, because just like our Prime Minister said, that freedom cannot come from Nigeria. Freedom will come from the outside. Freedom will come from the outside, from Israel, from the United States, from other Western world. Freedom is not going to come from inside. But it is you and I that will make that to happen from the inside. Don't say when we say freedom does not come from, we come from outside. For that you fold your hand. No. It is we in the country that will do something that will make that freedom to come. It is we that will create the situation for intervention. It is you and I that will create the scenario for intervention, international intervention. It will come to a stage where the world cannot sit back and watch. International organization, foreign governments, legal observers, and human rights groups often monitor cases that attract significant public interest, like the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the case of our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi. They are watching. International organizations are watching. Foreign governments are watching. Legal observers are watching, and human rights groups are watching. Now you can see why it is important that we have somebody, an international lawyer, that will touch like this. Even though they are watching, you need to make a move and draw their attention for them to intervene. Police, they are watching, but they cannot take action except you react. Just like the situation of the Zoological Republic today. A situation of the zoo, where a country is being run by a drug baron who wakes up and appropriates any amount he wants for himself, borrow whatever he likes for himself, and nothing happens because the people in the zoo cannot stand up for themselves. They have protested bad governance, they couldn't finish it. They protested NSAS, they couldn't finish it. They protested in any move they have made, they can't finish it. And you must stand your ground before the international organizations will intervene. You will start it. It can't just happen. It will not just happen. You need to start something. And that is what the Biafra'S are doing. And that is why I tell you, if Mazi Simon ever has been in charge till now, there is nothing that will make Biafra not to be on the table. If Mazi Simon ever was allowed from 2024 of declaration till today, in 2 years' time, oh my God. We don't need to sit here and be begging Donald Trump to come. They will be the ones to be begging us to come on the table and discuss. By now, they should be the ones begging for us to come and sit on the table and talk. But only Chukwu Okekabema knows why what happened. And today it's like we are just starting from the beginning all over. Today we are just stagnated. We are just stagnated and starting all over. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today reactivating the IPOB, sacking the bunch of idiots and criminals who have been hanging and parading themselves as freedom fighters. And today, IPOB have been reborn, which is our source. That is where every one of us came from. That is where every one of us come from. And we must support the IPOB 100%. The new HOD, Chris Wogo, must be prayed for and supported. And remember, in our loyalty, we apply critical thinking. We don't follow sheepishly. We appreciate the inauguration and we welcome them. We will support them to any level. Whatever they bring on the table, we will follow. But with critical thinking. That is how our loyalty goes. International organizations, foreign government and local observers and human rights groups often monitor cases that attract significant public interest. Such attention can contribute to broader discussions about legal standard, judicial independence, and respect for human rights. You see where the international lawyer comes in. At the same time, different organizations may reach different conclusions, and it is important to engage with their findings carefully and thoughtfully. As citizens and observers, we should encourage respectful dialogue. The Biafran people have always been open to dialogue. Biafran people under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Ekpa has always been open for dialogue. The door has never been shut. The only people that do not want dialogue is the contraption called Nigeria. Instead, they prefer to dialogue with terrorists. We have seen them dialogue with terrorists. We have seen them pay compensation to terrorists. We have seen them sponsor terrorists. We have seen them re-employ terrorists. But when it comes to people who are genuinely seeking for their freedom, they have refused to speak, dialogue, or talk with them. Even when we have left the door open, the Biafran people have always left the door open for dialogue. As citizens and observers, we will continue to encourage respectful dialogue rather than hostility. Disagreement is inevitable. Remember, we will always disagree, more especially within ourselves in the course of this journey. Disagreement is inevitable. In any society, people must disagree. But respectful engagement allows different perspectives to be had without resulting to insult or violence. Respectful engagement, that is one thing we lack within ourselves. Our ego will not allow us to engage in respectful engagements. Some people they just come and insult you, shout and talk, and that is all they do. But if you go into respectful engagement, it will allow differing perspectives to be had without resorting to insult or violence. Just like as we do in this platform. You must not agree with everything I say. If you have a contrary opinion, all you can do is to write it on the comment section and you come up here and debate it, and that's it. And the Biafrans will go home with what they want. Nobody is forcing you to change your opinion or to dance to this angle. No. That is not why I'm here. Why I'm here is for respectful engagement with everybody, regardless who you support, the title you bear, or where you belong. My today message is simple. Whatever your personal opinion on these matters, let us value consistency in leadership, commitment to peaceful civic engagement, respect for dignity of every individual, and confidence in fair processes. That is all we are asking for. That is all we are asking for. Let us seek justice through lawful means, as we have been doing. Let us, the Biafra'S, continue to seek for justice through lawful means. Let us promote conversation based on facts. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that. That was why they could not find anything against him. Mazi Simon ever did the same thing. They couldn't find anything against him. Let us promote conversation based on fact today. Conversation of today is full of propaganda, blackmail, and lies. Today, conversation, we see many people today. All they do is propaganda, lies, and blackmail, just like those who are castigating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, without any verification, without any evidence. Let us reject misinformation and hatred, unnecessary hatred against your brother, against your sister. Let us remember that society becomes stronger when disagreements are addressed through dialogue, lawful institutions, and mutual respect. Wherever you are and you join this platform today, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining today's live stream. I appreciate every one of you for taking the time to listen and participate thoughtfully. If you found today's discussion helpful, please like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Share it with others who are interested in current affairs, human rights, and the rule of law. Share it with all the Biafra'S, friends and foes. Share it with them. Most importantly, I would like to hear from you through your comments. I would like to hear from you. What qualities do you believe are most important in leadership of any long-running social and political movement, like the Biafran struggle that we are talking today, the Biafran restoration? What are the qualities? What qualities do you believe are most important in the leadership of Biafra? Please share your thought respectfully in the comment below. Remembering that meaningful dialogue begins with mutual respect. Meaningful dialogue begins with mutual respect. So wherever you are and you join us on this program today, I urge you in the name of Chukwuebuka, do not allow yourself to be deceived. Do not be discouraged. Regardless what you hear, regardless what you see, do not be discouraged. And I pray that Chukwuebuka will continue to guide us, protect us, secure us, and grant us our heart desire very, very soon. We shall be free. No amount of propaganda or blackmail will hinder our freedom. We shall be free. Before we round up, let us go to Nigerian news updates. Let's first of all have a quick break, then we'll go for Nigerian media update before we round up the program.
Don't follow for God now. Them say Tinubu don't follow for God now. Tinubu don't follow for God now. He want to take it, that's the top of our head. Senate House, fall and the criminals. Country military fall and the terrorists. Injustice, Omoto shop forget law for inside court. Changaro Republic at the government. Abubakar Malami don't fall for Botao. Him and GFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for Botao. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. Hingo matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows a big way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for Botao. They make Nigerians see one die for suffer.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience. As many as have been patient with us till this very time. We are facing a lot of challenges on our platform, but I thank you for your patience. Many of you will come in and they will kick you out. So many of you will not be getting notification, but try as much as possible. When you don't get notification, you can come and check if we are online. For as long as we are alive and we still have a platform where we can be able to come, we will continue to broadcast. And when you join us, please like and share. Your liking is going to help because a lot of report is coming against our platform. They are reporting our program and try to bring us down. Every time when we come online, they are reporting us. So please, when you join this platform, try to like and share the program. Like and share the program. It is going to help us to stand afloat. That is how we can be able to overcome these attacks. But if you are not liking and you're not sharing, it will always be almost be impossible for us to overcome the challenges. They will continue to make us invisible. They will continue to shadow ban us. So I urge you all that have joined us, if you can be able to make it to join us on the program, try as much as you can. Try, like the program and share it. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to take away your data. It's not going to cost you your money. All it needs is just like the program and you share it. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide, protect us, and also give us the courage to continue to do what we have to do when we have to do it. So let us go to the media and see the information they have in their zoological media, as we always do in most of our programs. The first one here says, activists blame Nigeria authority as some police officers yet to receive June salary. Police are crying for their salary in Nigeria. It's not new, we know. That is why they come and they get angry, they come to the street and they face the innocent citizens, begin to extort them, take life, and even still engage in many immoral and illegal activities because their salary is not being paid. That is the zoo for you. Lagos Indigenous Group slam Mainland Council chairman over renaming of historic street, demands immediate reversal. That is it. This is what they were doing in Lagos. In Lagos, they have renamed all the important areas that carries the name of Igbo people. In Lagos, they have all been renamed. Every place where they have an important place where it has the name of an Igbo person, either a street or whatever, they have renamed it all. All because of their antagonization against the Igbos. I don't know what we did to them. I don't know. I can't explain. But by the special grace of God, a time will come when everybody will be on their own and do whatever they like in their region. Nigerian military announces surrender of 2 high-profile terrorist commanders in Borno. You see, this is how they roll. 2 high-profile terrorist commanders surrender. They surrender. As they surrender, what do you do now? They will go and tell you they radicalize them. After radicalizing them, they push them back, and maybe they put them into the military and give them a major post. And look at them. They didn't even show us their face. They are hiding their face. Terrorists. High-profile terrorist commanders. Imagine. Telling you that they surrender. High-profile terrorist commanders. They are telling us that they surrender. This is the kind of news you hear. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. They surrender today. The next day now you hear that they have attacked Barak and they have taken lives. Delta Police Command demote 2 officers over POS extortion. Reiterate ban on payments in stations. That is, you're always doing it. It's not new. This one is not news. Extortion with POS by Nigerian police is always a daily occurrence. It's a daily occurrence, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. This one said, how did Tinubu sign 1.3 billion budget for non-existing presidential council? Civil society demands transparent probe. It will end there. There is nothing to probe. There's nothing to probe. This is not the time they started. They have been doing this over and over and over again. It's only that it happened to leak now, and there is nothing that will come out of it. By the time you talk about it, after 1 week, everybody will go their separate ways and focus on something else. More especially now that they are in an electioneering period. They will focus on the election. Nobody will speak about it anymore. Lagos court quashes Nigerian advertising regulatory 6 billion fine against Facebook. Nigerian police summon secret reporters, publish Fajero Oliver over alleged espionage, leaking the information to foreign government. Who know what they want to reveal? When they want to destroy somebody, they will target one thing or the other. Prince Harry loses privacy lawsuit against Daily Mail publisher over phone hacking claims. Those people, they still have some sense of decency in their court. You can imagine Tinubu losing a case in Nigeria, or Wanka, or his son, a royal family, a prince of England, losing a case. It can't happen in Africa. Breaking: ICPC arrests El Rufai's doctor, accuses ex-governor of abusing court-approved medical visit. Leaked memo: Ogoni cleanup agency seeks to raise cost of 96% completed projects from 41.47 billion to 84.13 billion. These people, billion. Criminals everywhere. Nigerian police under new IGP Disu spent 1.74 billion in 1 day on 10 Toyota Prado SUV record show. How do you go? At the country where they say money no day, see how they spend money. They call money billion. I say tomorrow no day. 3 tankers hit in fresh Strait of Hormuz attack, British military says. So the battle in Strait of Hormuz is still going on. It's still going on. 3 tankers hit in fresh Strait of Hormuz attack, British military says. So the problem of Strait of Hormuz is still ongoing, not finished. AGF Fagbemi accused of attempting to influence NBA election with pool shift mandatory NIN directives. They are all fraudsters, illegal people that are illegal people that want to give you justice. I don't understand how it's going to happen. NBA blast alleged AGF directive to halt 2026 election. Insists only National Executive Council can postpone poll. As Nigeria, everything goes. Police Service Commission. Nigerian Police Service Commission sack 4 senior officers over gross misconduct. Demote 10, retires 2. Senate urges Tinubu government to end rehabilitation of repentant terrorists amid rising killing, abduction. No, they should continue. Continue rehabilitating them. Don't stop. Continue. End Bad Governance Movement petition NJC seek probe of Justice Omar over alleged bias in Showore trial. UN condemned Paraguay senators' racist remark against Mbappe's as FIFA probe ISO speed incident. Tired people. Senator Shomole urges Nigeria to seize South African firm profits to compensate xenophobic victims. They're not a country. They can't take a proper action. That is why South Africa can confidently treat Nigerians like animals. Nigerian mining marshals arrest senior police officer for allegedly helping Chinese illegal mining defendants escape. And so, now today, they have been doing it. They are the one protecting them, creating chance for them to escape. Lagos court remands investment executive at Kirikiri prison over alleged $1.5 million fraud. That's the news, Nigerian news. Fraud everywhere. Alleged 7.8 billion fraud. I deposited billions in cash for Emefiele at Zenith Bank. Witness. Billion. Fraud. That is Nigerian news for you. A fraudulent country. Kwara AAC governor candidate Saragi challenges APC, PDP, ADC rival to public debates ahead of 2027 election. Okay. The debate in Nigeria is a waste of time. Debate doesn't decide who wins election. It doesn't show who is credible, who is experienced. Even the people that don't come for debate are the ones that always win the election. CDHR petition Lagos police to probe alleged kidnap network, lawyers, officers over missing 3-year-old boy. Uganda ban lawyers from calling judges by law. Orders ends to courtroom bars. Uganda, yeah. Do your own thing, let there be changes. People begin to change their things, Jared. Do something that is unique to you. Not everything borrowing from Europeans and doing all this there. If it is a cultic greeting or salute of enslaving people, nobody knows. Uganda bans lawyers from calling judges my lord. No more. You cannot call a judge my lord again in Uganda. Very good. A Lord will over. Orders end to courtroom bows. No more bow. No more my lord. Uganda. Nigerian mining marshal arrests senior police officer for allegedly helping Chinese illegal mining defendant escape. That's all, no? They don't collect money now, they don't bribe them. They allow the man japa. NJC acknowledged Showore's petition against Justice Umar over alleged misconduct, says action is being taken. Now, grammar I speak. State Police, Tinubu inaugurates presidential working group on national policies bill headed by Gajamila, the same criminal that have agency that doesn't exist. One people. U.S. launches strike against Iran in fresh hostilities over Strait of Hormuz attack. Then they hear what now? They know they go here. They will not stop. Bandits shoot farm workers in Niger State. Bandits shoot farm workers in Niger State community as residents fear fresh attack. They will not stop. Iran confirms strike on 85 U.S. military installation as Middle East conflict escalate. They won't stop. Senate probe newly established Northwest Development Commission over 943 million fraud. That is it. Your news cannot end without, you don't go without fraud. Hold authorities responsible if anything happened to Sarikin Daria Deji Adeyanju raises alarm over threat against popular comedian. You don't talk against government now. Ogara Group reject Delta police isolated cases. Claim says kidnap victims pay millions in ransom. Farmers abandon farms. True now, we know that. That's what is happening. Are they denying it? We campaigned for you. Release our husband, Erufai wife, Betrunobu. You know, we join APC now. I made the one rubbish. Governor Pablo, we sign your death warrant if you wear Revolution Now beret. Imagine. Imagine. Edo Governor Ekpa, political talk, threatened to brutalize, hand over AAC supporters to police. Claim governor will sign their death warrant. Imagine. Only in Nigeria, where a governor is threatening innocent citizens for no reason. Court reserves judgment in Turaki-led PDP suit seeking INEC recognition of internal leadership. Ohaneze Council accuses Enugu Governor Mba of using ICPC to witch hunt ex-minister Uche Nnaji. Not them. They are Ohaneze Nduhi and Dama. You and Uche Mba, you are all the same. These are the people that don't want us to be free from Nigeria so that they can continue to perpetrate their evil agenda and carry out their madness. But as the Lord liveth, we will definitely get out of the zoological republic. Whether they like it or not, our freedom will come. It will come. Our freedom is here, whether they like it or not. Edo Governor Okpabolo's political talk threatened to brutalize, hand over AAC supporters to police. Only in Nigeria, innocent citizens, you threaten them with death. Network of Abuja Group lambasts Tinubu government. South Africa over fresh killings, demand mass evacuation. People that are still in South Africa, you better find your way, because those people are not human. The South Africans are not human. They are not, these people are not human. I don't know why. Now I understand why they were being held with apartheid. I think that apartheid should be the best thing for those idiots. Because they are not human. Those people are not human. They are not human. They have just shown that they are not human. They don't even deserve the freedom that Africans fought for them for. That freedom that Africans helped them to get, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. That's why sometimes when things are happening to people, you don't know why they are suffering what they are suffering. It might be what they have done or we don't know what they would have become if they are free. Look at what South Africa is doing. People that fought for you and made you free today, you are taking their life and killing your own fellow blacks. God have mercy. Nigerian police impound 195 vehicles in Enugu over registration number plate violations set for prosecution. Now become madness we will receive for service. Nigerian army personnel petition Tinubu National Assembly over alleged embargo on voluntary discharge. You see, many of them want to move out. Many of the soldiers want to resign. They are forcing them to stay. They are petitioning the criminal Tinubu and National Assembly over alleged embargo. They put embargo on voluntary discharge. People want to move away from their terrorist army. Since they prefer to use terrorists, let them use the terrorists. Let's allow the people to go back and defend their own region. The genuine soldiers, want to go back to their region and defend their own land. The Biafra'S go to Biafra, the Yoruba people go to their Yoruba land, the Middle Belt go to Middle Belt. Hausas go back home and protect their land. Because if they continue to stay in this, their so-called Nigerian military, their end will be very close. A government that continues to recruit terrorists. You recruit terrorists and you put it into the military, and you refuse the voluntary discharge of those ones who want to move out. Mad people everywhere. Find your way. If you don't allow agree voluntary discharge, wrong. What is wrong with this white lawyer? Lawyer Ejiofor accuses South Africa of state-sponsored terrorism against Nigerians, urges African Union to intervene. You better put your mouth outside, because when it comes to Biafra restoration issue, you are gone. Just as good as you are seeking for relevance somewhere else, even though you know you are irrelevant. So better seek your relevance somewhere else. Southwest must not become theater of insecurity. Afenifere warns governors. Demand rescue of abducted Oyo school girls. Only demand and talk. Right? Does anything change? It doesn't change. Everything remains the same. That is all we have from their media today. So I appreciate everyone that have been with us on this program from the beginning to the end. I thank you so much for being part of this program. And before we leave, I am still going to play the interview that was granted by our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That interesting interview, so that we can watch it as we relax. And towards the evening, I'm going to come back again for my evening program. So before we leave, I'm going to play this music, and then I will play that very interview for us to use it and have our time, have our rest, learn more from it. Those interviews, anytime you listen to it, there are still more new information. Thank you so much for watching, and see you later in the evening. Stay blessed.
Charlie Papa, moi Papa, oh. Charlie Papa, moi ahe. Charlie Papa, moi Papa, oh. Charlie Papa, moi ahe. Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachirami. Ipayame mara medawasi medopa. Tamuno tain tamuno bo obasi zizio temeho meka oh. Mi melo anyo. I say jana ludo. I say you're at cheerful. Damn oh, mega oh. Kali papa moesia papa oh. Jolly papa moesia ahe. Jolly papa moesia papa oh. Jolly papa moesia ahe. Jehovah. Siamo noti, siamo nobo. Oba sisizio, eme o, mega o. Before me melo anio, guys the jana no do, guys the hirachi flow. Eme o, mega o. Ali papa mo esia.
One of the things you've talked about is it's not so much that Biafra has to be an independent state, but it has to be economically viable, and you can't really have that with Nigeria as it is. How do we get there?
We cannot be economically viable if we are not politically viable.
Right.
And political viability means complete and absolute independence.
It has to have, yeah.
We must be independent.
Yeah.
And again, God creates countries and nations, and not man. There are many ways that nations can emerge. It is always an organic process. We understand that. We respect that. What most commentators don't appreciate about Africa, and which most Africans are a bit slightly uncomfortable with, is that somebody coming from Europe, and without regard for your culture, your traditions, your way of life, saying, you are now in one country and your name is Nigeria.
Right.
There is something unnatural about it.
Yes.
I said to the British government, if you had come, conquered my people, which is a natural human process, that is entirely natural.
Right.
If you had come, conquered our people, made us English, I can live with that.
Yeah.
But to come and hand over a children of God over to something completely alien, this same culture that we have in the north, which is an Islamic culture, tried to take us over many years ago, and they failed. You now came and completed the cycle for them. There is something evil about it.
Yeah, something inorganic about it.
Inorganic.
Yeah.
Very, very inorganic. And you cannot. We don't talk about economic development, because before you talk about economy, you talk about things like policies, both macro and micro, the rest of it. You are dealing with people who cannot differentiate between macro and micro.
No, absolutely.
That's
right.
a problem.
Yeah. Education is key for the world outside Biafra, and that's where this starts. The political has to start in the education.
That's correct.
When you speak to people in the UK, people in the US, is there an openness to independence for Biafra?
No, there isn't. It's what you get is very condescending, wishy-washy. These are black Africans. Really, what do they know? Sort of attitude. We know best than they do, and we try as much as possible to enlighten and educate the American and, by extension, the European audience to the fact that before you had freedom and liberty in any part of the world, in Biafra land we had freedom and liberty. Before you had political asylum in any other part of the world, where I come from, there was political asylum being granted to people. That is the meaning of Biafra anyway. Come and join if you believe in our value system. We had a series of both political, legal, and legislative structures that endured for thousands of years. These were unceremoniously swept away in the name of, I don't know, civilization or advancement.
Right.
Therefore, the British must be questioned, or the mentality or the psyche of Europeans and, by extension, Americans must be put to the test to explain, to rationalize why the emergence of states in Africa cannot be allowed to adopt the same organic route by which every other civilized nation emerged. Why is that impossible? That's what I ask Americans and Europeans.
And their answers are not good. There are no answers.
Yeah. They don't have any answers to it. All they say is that, oh, why didn't you just get on with it? I want the same things that you have in America. I want liberty. I want freedom. I want all the rest of it. That is what makes you a human being, or as an animal. And being forced to live in cages in Africa, or being forced to live more or less like animals, is not a situation we are prepared to tolerate for very long.
No. Yeah.
Death is better.
Have there been armed clashes between Biafrans and Boko Haram? Has there been a defense of Biafrans?
No, not at all, because we are not allowed to defend ourselves. They can kill us. They can get arms flowing in from Lebanon, from Iran, from Saudi Arabia. There are jihadists coming from all over the place, coming in there. There was a plane load of arms that came in, was detained at the airport from Egypt. The Arab world, that is what drives me insane. The Arab world and the Islamic world are busy supporting Boko Haram in their stated aim of spreading Islam to Christians in Nigeria. The Christian world are not reciprocating. They're not coming to our rescue. I don't know how you can defend yourself against somebody who is armed with RPGs, armed with AK-47s. I don't know if you do that through prayer and fasting. I do not know.
Right.
But that is the sort of condition we're faced with. In other words, as we speak right now, the process of Islamization is gathering momentum, and no one is doing anything.
Right. It's medieval. It's you will convert or you will die.
They crucified some people. Was it 2 days ago? I think we've got the pictures on Facebook.
They actually crucified some people. They actually crucified.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. There's something ISIS is doing that they're doing that we're going to. You either convert or we kill you. And I don't know why the world expects us to deal with that. It's either there is something going on. It's either everyone else is a Muslim. That's how I say sometimes that everyone in the West is a Muslim. That's what I say, because you couldn't possibly keep quiet when such a thing is going on.
No.
It's terrible.
No.
Terrible.
You're opening my eyes in ways I knew this was going to be eye-opening. I did not realize what is happening. Who is Boko Haram organically? Are they a government creation? Are they...
Boko Haram is, you need to understand the geopolitics of Nigeria to then start comprehending the concept or the ideology that drives the insanity that is Boko Haram. In the north, you have the areas you call the Mohammedan Emirates of the North. Mm-hmm. These are people who are predominantly, by ancient culture and tradition, Islamic. They are Hausa, Fulani people. In the west, coming down near Lagos, is you have the Yoruba people, and in the east you have the Biafran people. Now, the Hausa Fulani people, we are told by the British that they have the right to rule in perpetuity Nigeria. The British in 1953 and 57 were involved in a massive fraud to rig the census results. In other words, they skewed the numbers to always favor the Hausa Fulani people, that they may remain in power. And the reason for that is that the British is scared that Biafran people, especially the Igbos, are somehow human, that we can think properly.
Yeah.
And we have the oil. The oil wells the reserves, everything is where we come from.
In Biafra.
And the British couldn't retain or sustain their colonial presence in Africa because the USA asked them to leave. So what they now did is to take the control of the oil, hand it over to a group of people they think they can manipulate very easily. That's all. That's what has happened. And now they now believe that they have the right to rule. Unfortunately for them, President Goodluck Jonathan, the incumbent, emerged out of circumstances that could be described as somehow mysterious. He came up as the president, and now they don't like it. 3 people funded Boko Haram. The ex-president, head of state Buhari, another ex-head of state, Hausa Fulani Islamic person called Babangida, another vice president, Atiku Abubakar. They consciously went out to fund Boko Haram. Because Buhari said, after Jonathan won the 2011 elections, that I will make the country ungovernable. He said it openly. Oh. And they went ahead to do it by killing poor, defenseless Biafran Christians. Because they know that Christians around the world will not come to our rescue.
Yeah.
They also know that no other people will come to our rescue because they don't want us to emerge as a people. That's a problem.
Yeah. So the British don't want you to emerge as a people.
No.
Aha.
That's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
Massive. But this time around, whether they like it or not, I'm sure the British didn't want the USA to emerge either.
No.
Whether they like it or not, we shall emerge.
Yeah.
Or everything else there will die.
It'll have to. I mean, It's one or the other at this point. One
thing has to happen. Either we have Biafra or we all die. There's no going back this time around. There'll be no exile, no running away. That is our land. We've lived there for thousands of years. That's where we were born. That's where we'll die.
Yeah. Are you all willing to go back and be there?
At the drop of a heart, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a heartbeat.
Yeah.
We'll go there.
And obviously loved ones are there. And
they're there. My parents are there. My loved ones are there.
Yeah.
And it's a land we've been in for, as I said, thousands of
years. And a history and a rich culture and a vibrant way of life that has literally been
obliterated.
Yeah.
You go to the book of Leviticus. 80% of what you have in the book of Leviticus occurs where I come from. 80%. 80%.
The Levitical law.
Everything. It wasn't us. I strongly believe, this is my hypothesis. Of course, I hold on to it very strongly. As soon as the British discovered in the late 18th century, because the same Hausa Fulani people in Zamfara told them, I think I have the map somewhere in London, that across that river lies what they believe to be part of the lost tribe of Israel. All hell broke loose. Yeah. There was then a very systematic policy to obliterate our history. The British first said that the Igbos don't have any history. First of all, they removed the name Biafra, which was exactly the name they used to go into treaties with us. You see there clearly written, chiefs and Biafra. They then quietly that way to now only take a component of that, one clan alone, which is Igbo. Doma and some parts of Igala.
Wow.
These are the 7 people that make up. These are the 7 tribes that make up Biafra land. The British came, then isolated all the rest around us and focused attention on us. But there's one good thing about it, is that in their amalgamation document that they produced in 1904 or thereabout, which I still have, they made reference. The very first time a European is referring to an African race as great. Yes, the man said the great Igbo race across the Niger. And that speaks volumes.
And the Niger's the river.
The river.
And so Nigeria is taken from just drawing lines on the map from the river.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's the name. I mean, the name is Nigeria, named after a river. Before that was the Royal Niger Company, which is a British company,
right,
which by royal charter was running the whole place. And then from there, incrementally, I have all the paperwork that they signed. At no time did we give the British the consent to form a country called Nigeria. At no time in our history. I have all the paperwork. We gave them our land to trade.
Right.
That's all. But they went ahead and gradually decided to form a country. They despised us so much that they handed us over to Hausa Fulani Islamic Caliphate. And now they're killing us and nobody's coming to our rescue, which I think is very sad.
If we come to the rescue, how are we coming?
We need support from USA, from United States government, from the Christian community in the USA. And more importantly, also from the Jewish community in the USA. They did something, in fairness to them, in 1968, 69, 70. The Jewish Congress in the USA did something. They tried to lobby the US government and Congress to do something about Biafra. From these three groups, we expect a lot to come from them to pressure the Obama administration to support what we are doing, to make sure that Biafra comes to exist. Biafra is the only natural ally that USA will ever have in Africa.
In Africa, yeah.
Natural. We are never going to bomb USA, are we? We can come here to work for you. We're never going to kill you. That's number one.
Yeah.
We are very, very loyal, hardworking, and friendly people. Go and ask anyone, they will tell you. And I see no reason why a people that believe in the irreducibility of an individual, that believes in liberty, that believes in equality and in freedom, the same creed, the same ideals upon which this very great nation USA was founded upon, why would you not naturally gravitate towards those people? I can't understand it.
Right.
And if you want to stop the menace of Boko Haram, they should support the creation of Biafra.
Absolutely.
That's all they need to do. We don't want them to do anything. Just come at the UN or make a press statement in the White House by saying that the people of Biafra, their suffering is intolerable. We may have to revisit the issue of them still belonging to one Nigeria. That's what they need to say. That's all.
And it would change.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's a game changer. It's finished.
Yeah. Wow.
We don't need US troops to come.
No.
We are more than capable. We held out for 3 years.
Yeah.
Against the combined minds of Britain, USSR, and the entire Arab world.
Yeah.
For 3 years. So we can deal with them. Trust me, we can. We can.
And do they want that? Does Boko Haram want that? Do they want that violent end?
They do. And sometimes in life, you need to confront them violently.
Yeah.
Or else it will continue to fester.
Yeah.
We must meet them.
And that's hard as Christians.
Yes.
That's hard.
Very, very hard, because we don't take life where we come from.
No.
In other cultures and religion and language, you call another person a human being or a person. Where we come from, we say matter, which means the beauty of life. So you're forbidden from killing anybody.
Yeah.
You don't kill somebody, because that is the embodiment of God's creation. A person is known as matter. Matter means beauty of life. So you don't take life. So it's very hard for us.
Yeah. But you've been pushed.
No, we are being killed.
Yeah.
Killed.
Not pushed, killed.
Not pushed. We are being killed.
Let me ask a couple.
Sure.
I'll sit down here too. Christians, by and large, seem to be oriented towards individual faith, and they seem to be reluctant to face the fact that at times war is necessary. Yes. They call it, the concept of a holy war being something that you have to struggle with. How have you looked at that? How do you take your faith and the need to sometimes go to war? How does that work for you? How have you? Because you're a very thoughtful man, and I know you've had to look at these issues and defend it.
Yes, the thing is this: my faith taught me to value life, to try to live by the same tenets that have been preached over the years, as contained in the Bible. But there comes a time when self-preservation takes precedence over and above whatever we may think suits us individually. Because by going to war, we are seeking to preserve, in our case, the children of God. If you do nothing, you become extinct. And there will be no one left to worship God where we come from. So the best thing for us to do is to try as much as possible to reason or come to some level of agreement or accommodation with our adversaries, which has failed so far. The only alternative left for us is to go and meet them wherever we can find them. And we don't have any difficulties, because the reason why you have the U.S. Army is to preserve the ideals upon which this country is founded upon. Even your own body has its own defense immune system, isn't it? Without it, the human body will perish. Everywhere you go to, even in heaven, you have angels with their swords guarding the gates of heaven. against the forces of darkness and of hell. So even if you extrapolate the argument and take it away into the natural world, where nature rather than reason obtains, you will still see the same phenomenon and forces at play, that there is need for you to defend yourself.
I have another question, and that is, certainly our founding fathers had to struggle with that very issue. As it related to England, they had a strong faith, different faiths, possibly, but they had to come up with a Declaration of Independence. You are the vocal person that has really brought together Radio Biafra. What are the coalitions you have? Do you find that you have... How would you write your Declaration of Independence? What would be included within that? What are the values? Would there be religious freedom for other people who have a different point of view?
Yes, there will be religious freedom. We've had it before. By our very nature, by our name, Biafra means come and join. That's the meaning of it.
Yeah.
Everybody, including the Sultan of Sokoto, can seek asylum in Biafra, will respect him and will allow him to come in. It's in our nature, that's how we are. From childhood, your thoughts. If your mom is beating you up or whatever, or chastises you a lot, you just run to the next person. All you need to do is to hold them very tightly, and your mom or your dad will never touch you. We've always had it. So tolerance is interwoven in our essence, in our being. Freedom, freedom, freedom. In every way you can imagine it. There is a name, there's something we say will come from Onyenachia, means I can never judge you, it's between you and your God. So that tells you.
Absolutely.
We are the original architects of freedom, and the British will attest to that.
Yeah.
We never had any theocracy, no dictatorship, no kings, nothing for thousands of years. We are not about to start now.
For the first time, I think America, in the face of ISIS going into Syria and Iraq, has opened our eyes to the reality of the desire for a caliphate. We think of that now in terms of the Middle East, but Africa has been facing that for a long time. Talk to us about a little bit about the mission that the Islamic jihadists have within Africa to control all of Africa.
And to dovetail on that, it's because this tolerance and this freedom that Americans feel, that you feel, Boko Haram does not feel.
They don't.
And ISIS does not feel. And as near as I can tell, Islam does not feel. I'm not a judge of Islam. I don't know.
I will judge them because you don't live with them.
No.
I do.
Yeah.
So I can judge them.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is this. If you go back to the statements made by the man that brought this virulent form of Islam into Nigeria, made Othman Danfodio, from Othman Danfodio to Ahmadu Bello, the son, and right up until this very moment, there's been one common theme running through everything they have said, their ideology, their philosophy, their thinking, their way of life, which is to propagate violent Islam all the way to the ocean. That's something you must know. That work has continued unabated. Biafra is the only piece of unconquered Islamic territory in West Africa, and they are seeking to take it. They vowed to take Biafra. Is on tape, which we will supply you with. When you bomb Afghanistan, us in Nigeria. When there is a cartoon of Prophet Muhammad, they kill us. Every blessed day we are dying. We live with the reality. The slow march of Islam has been ceaseless from time, encouraged by the British. Encouraged by the British. Whatever they have been. The British government, you may wish to know, has never supported the independence of any Christian country in the world since the beginning of time. But they have always consciously and studiously supported the emergence of an independent Lawrence of Arabia.
One of the criticisms that could
Lawrence
come your way,
Arabia.
or at least questions that could come your way,
Yeah.
and that is Biafra does have control of the principal oil within Nigeria, were it to be formed under the present
Yes,
situation.
that is correct, yes.
That is a major obstacle, I would imagine, for people who are frightened of the fact that if you do gain control, they will lose the opportunity of having access to that. How do you approach, as an independent Biafra, the issues that are around the oil, around criticisms, and the resistance that will happen to your independence on the basis of that resource alone?
The resource, we believe in development, which means the oil will have to be sold to our friends and to our partners, and in return, I'm an economist myself, in return we get vital foreign exchange with which, or foreign reserves with which to try and develop other aspects of the economy. We believe in what investment we would like companies.
Let the universe bear witness to the sacred code.
In Biafra, we want investment. We don't want to be like Saudi Arabia, you sell oil and you buy everything else. No,
Right.
We want tangible, concrete investments to come in. We are not going to drink the oil. It's a natural resource. We need to give it to the economies of our friends to keep growing, because a very healthy US economy or a very healthy EU economy is also going to be beneficial to Biafra. So we can find export markets for our goods and services. We are like that. I mean, we're not. We understand the intricacies of world economy and the need to make available to the international market your resources to continue to fuel human development. So it is not a problem. Our oil fields and that very sector will be open to our friends, and only to our friends. You can't expect not to help us and then eventually we let you in. It's not going to work that way. But if you help us, of course, it's there for all to have access to. We've gone on record to say that oil is not our problem. All we want is freedom. Oil is not the issue. The issue is freedom. Once we have freedom and the semblance of dignity, then we can exist as human beings, because right now I don't see myself as a human being. A monkey is better than me because I don't have freedom.
One of the things that it's always impressed me, the more I've come to know about your country's history, is the productivity of your people through the ages. You have been, and now many of them who have left Nigeria are all over the world, being productive, hoping that this would happen. I know when Israel eventually became its own country, there was a homecoming, and probably millions of people going to their homeland again. Is that part of your vision? Tell us a little bit about your vision for the future.
They will come back, including some of you from the USA as well. That will be the most natural home for African American people. It will be natural. That will be very, very natural for them to come to. Because if you look at the map of Biafra, which is right here in front of us, you will see that the rising sun is cleverly positioned on the black strip of the flag, which means that we bring light where there is darkness. That's what we do. Everybody will run open doors, not just for Biafrans, but also for African Americans.
Jolly Papa, moi esia Papa oh. Jolly Papa, moi esia ahe. Jolly Papa, moi esia Papa oh. Jolly Papa, moi esia ahe. If I am a Mara, and what I watch you at me. If I am a Mara, Tamuno taint, Tamuno bo, a bassi. For me, mellow I say, Jana, Ludo, I say, you're at your phone. Damn, oh, my God, my God, oh, Taliban, Papa, moi, Papa, oh, Jolly Papa, moi, ahe. Jolly Papa, moi, Papa, oh, Jolly Papa, moi, ahe. Jolly Papa, moi, Papa.
A witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader. And the sacred, unyielding IPOB code of conduct. The third administration of the DOS is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed. Your names are permanently erased. Chikaedozi, you are sacked. Tony Nzurumike, you are sacked. Austin Agbanim, you are sacked. You are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from IPOB. You no longer speak. You no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPOB. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave Umar, he paid $500,000 of blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth. In the dead of the night, bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of heaven, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, gilding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination, marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. The fourth dose is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.